Good morning. I am Kurt Myers, Deputy Secretary for Driver and Vehicle Services at PennDOT. Thank you for joining us here today for an update on the efforts to secure more school bus drivers at Pennsylvania schools. Throughout the Commonwealth, we currently have a little over 42,000 school bus drivers, which is the lowest number of licensed CDL school bus drivers the Commonwealth has had in the past 5 years. That is over 4% decrease since 2017, when there were over 44,000. In the past couple of weeks, PennDOT and the Pennsylvania Department of Education reached out to approximately 376,000 drivers. There's one right now. Reached out to approximately 376,000 drivers with commercial driver's licenses to issue a survey that will connect interested drivers with school entities. On Friday, October 1st, this survey was posted online for CDL drivers to indicate their interest in serving as school bus drivers. Since implementation of the survey, information from respondents expressing an interest in operating a school bus has been sent to the Department of Education. To date, more than 1,300 individuals have expressed an interest in pursuing the opportunity to be employed as a school bus driver. Additionally, PennDOT has temporarily opened CDL skills testing on Mondays for 4 weeks. This began this past Monday, October 18th. CDL skills testing takes place at 23 locations throughout Pennsylvania. And of course, there we go. These additional testing appointments are intended to allow those who are interested in increased opportunity to schedule time for a CDL skills test. Individuals may schedule a CDL skills test by visiting PennDOT's website at dmv.pa.gov and selecting our Schedule a Driver exam under Driver Vehicle Services. Or they may simply call 717-412-5300. PennDOT also partners with various entities throughout the state to provide third-party commercial driver's skills testing services. A full list of these third-party testers can be found on PennDOT's website. PennDOT anticipates this outreach and increase in availability for skills test scheduling will help to ensure the safe and effective transportation of our Commonwealth students. I now invite Ryan Dellinger, Executive Director of the Pennsylvania School Bus Association, to share some remarks. Ryan?
Good morning. My name is Ryan Dellinger. I'm the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania School Bus Association. I'm happy to join you all today. Pennsylvania School Bus Association is a statewide association representing nearly 300 private school bus contractors and industry partners. And its main mission is to provide programs, education, and services to promote and foster the highest degree of safety in the transportation of school children and strengthen the quality of student transportation through professional management. As we are all well aware, the school bus industry has been hit hard by COVID-19, exacerbating an existing driver shortage and bringing us to where we are today. I want to be sure to impress upon all of you that school bus drivers are a critical part of the education system and can set the tone for a child's entire day at school. In some situations, these bus drivers may be the first friendly adult that the child sees that day. Further, our school bus drivers are highly trained professionals who love what they do and provide an essential service to their communities. They're all committed to the same goal, the safe transportation of your children on a daily basis. This training and professionalism has resulted in the American School Bus Council publishing a rather impressive statistic in that students on a school bus are approximately 70 times more likely to reach school safely than if they were traveling by car. School bus drivers are heroes, and it is long overdue that we recognize them as such. If you are interested in becoming a school bus driver, please feel free to visit youbehindthewheel.com to learn more about the licensing process and to answer any questions you have about the profession. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to Secretary Ortega and Deputy Secretary Myers for their partnership in addressing the school bus driver shortage, and we look forward to continuing to work with them in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Deputy Secretary Myers as well. And to everyone here today, I just want to start by saying good morning, and then to announce that the sound effects and the bus drivers all are included in today's briefing as well, for your pleasure. So I am Noe Ortega, Secretary of Department of Education here in Pennsylvania. We know that the past 2 years have been beyond challenging for our schools, our communities, and parents. And it seems like every time we turn around, there's another obstacle to overcome. But we also know that our students and our parents are resilient, our educators are passionate, and our schools are creative and flexible. And we know how important it is to form partnerships and pool resources in a time of crisis. The Wolf administration and the School Bus Association stand committed to supporting our schools as they work to resolve these difficult transportation issues. And we've been working diligently to provide supports as we are able. We've connected with our sister agencies like PennDOT, who's here today, and stakeholders like the Pennsylvania School Bus Association to brainstorm ways that we can help. And we acted expeditiously. There are shortages across the country. This is not a problem that's unique to Pennsylvania, and we know it's not one that we can solve overnight. But we are keeping our eyes on the situation and responding in the best way we can by building coalitions, by facilitating connections, and by putting out the call surrounding the alarm about this critical need. As Deputy Secretary Myers noted, the response to our call to action has been strong, with more than 1,000 individuals expressing interest at pretty much just about every intermediate unit area across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. That's great news. It's a step in the right direction, but Pennsylvania still needs more help. Our students need reliable transportation to be able to continue in-person instruction. Our parents need peace of mind, and our schools need assistance. So if you're interested in becoming a school bus driver, we encourage you to fill out the survey on PD's website at education.pa.gov. I'll repeat it one more time. That's education.pa.gov. From there, you'll be connected to a local school who could use your help. Thank you to everyone who has volunteered already, and thank you to our partners for helping tackle this complicated challenge. I have faith that together we will overcome these challenges. With that, I will turn the podium back to Deputy Secretary Myers, and we'll answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
At this time, we'll be happy to take any questions, either for PennDOT, the Department of Education, or the School Bus Association. Oh, yes. Well, that's a good question. I'm going to turn that over to Mr. Dellinger here.
So the salary or the hourly rate school bus drivers make will vary by region. It really depends on the contractor and the contract that they have with their school district. With regards to sign-on bonuses, there are becoming increasingly common, whether that is a uniform sign-on bonus or a retention bonus. Some contractors I know are doing a stepped sign-on bonus, where if you're brand new, you don't have any qualifications, maybe it's one level, versus if you're coming in with a full-blown school bus license, you have your CDL and are ready to drive, maybe that's another level. So as our contractors are able, they're doing what they can. It's really tough to say. I wouldn't be comfortable throwing out numbers. A lot of that is kind of private business practices, so I'll kind of leave that there, but they're doing everything they can. We'll see.
Yes. Well, I think from our standpoint, the more the better. But the shortage right now, I believe, has been identified at approximately 2,000 drivers. That's correct, Mr. Secretary? That would be the number that would bring us back up to a point I think all of us would feel much more comfortable in the ability to be able to get the students to school. But certainly, as with any industry, there's changeover. There are people who retire, so we need to continue to keep the pipeline full, if you will. So it's not just the immediate concern of the 2,000 in shortage, but also the ongoing concern of making sure we have people to replace people who are reaching retirement or decide to change professions.
Secretary Ortega also mentioned connecting with PennDOT to
I think, and it was mentioned by Ryan, there's a CDL shortage of drivers across the country. So it's a concern to all of us. But let's be clear, one of the most important responsibilities we have is to ensure that our children get to school and they get there safely. And so that is something we're all committed to. As to the shortages, yes, they exist. We obviously are very focused on ensuring we have enough drivers to be able to drive the vehicles necessary to plow the streets. And keeping in mind, even in my area of responsibility, we have individuals who must have CDLs as well to be able to give the skills test that we discussed earlier. No, we've added Mondays beginning October 18th, and it's for 4 weeks, 4 Mondays in a row. And you can go on and schedule a CDL test on our website or by calling our call center. Yes? Well, there's 2 steps. Number 1 is having a CDL license, which is required for driving any school bus 16 passenger or greater, including the driver. But I'll turn it over to Ryan to give you an idea of some of the steps as far as once you've gotten a CDL.
Yep. So all told, it takes about 12 weeks to get a driver from brand new off the street to behind the wheel with kids. Part of that process, they've got 4 different knowledge tests they need to take as part of the CDL process. They need to get 3 different true clearances and a self-certification, 6 hours behind the wheel, 20 hours of classroom training, and that all takes time. So it's about 12 weeks.
Are they paid within that time at all?
Again, that'll vary based on contractor. Some contractors do offer paid training. Some contractors offer free training. Where, if you go trucking or maybe other industries, they have to cover the cost of training. A lot of our contractors are providing that free, but it'll depend on where you are.
What would you say to parents, because a lot of routes are now getting delayed, they're not, kids aren't getting home in time, or they're having to alter their own schedule of work to get their kids to school just driving. What would you say to the parents that are expressing that concern?
That's okay if I can start? I just ask the parents not to panic. The school bus industry is flexible. We've got a lot of drivers running double routes. Schools are working with the private contractors to move bell times and really do what they can to accommodate everybody. To parents who are concerned, I'd encourage them, be a part of the conversation. Talk to your school board, talk to your district, and really kind of have that influence, have that conversation with them. But don't panic. Obviously, we are doing all we can here to get new drivers, and we'll get through this.
And what about to bus company managers that are putting away the paperwork and hopping into a bus themselves just to get those kids to school?
I'd applaud everybody who has, taken the time to learn to be a school bus driver and get that license to help with the shortage. I know it hit the news, I think last week. Former assistant executive director of the FBI is now driving a school bus. Every once in a while, you'll see stories of teachers, of superintendents who are getting behind the wheel to help out. So I'd applaud all of them, for taking up that call and helping out with this.